Yeah, I don't want to go to jail for anything. I'm much too, like, weak.
And you're pretty. You are listening to the Stand Up Dads podcast.
This is hecka boring.
Yeah, it is.
Let's try again.
For some reason, it popped in my head. One time I went camping with a bunch of buddies in Mountain View.
Uh-huh.
And we were up there, and we had a tent, and these, this guy and girl just really going at it, having sex, and we were just, laughing because they were so loud, right? And the way the campsite was like they were right next to us. So we were just on our, little...
So you didn't know these people?
No, just picnic table and just
car camping.
They're just going at it, and in the morning, there's only one tent there.
Yeah.
So in the morning, we're out there having breakfast, and they come out, and we're like, there they are. But then two kids come out.
Oh, no.
And we both were like, oh my God, those poor kids. And the kids didn't come out all freaked out or nothing. They came out and started playing, but it was like, oh my God, this is like...
That's how it is.
Before I even had... Yeah, this is before I had Oli. I was probably early 30s or something. But we were just like... It's one of those things where you're like, ha, there they are. And then, oh.
Well, you think about it, like in the old days where everyone lived 6 kids and the parents in one room.
Yeah.
Well,
it must have been happening, yeah.
So, of course, you shouldn't be able to hear it from 2 tents over.
Yeah, they were hella loud. And then, it just changed the whole thing because we were just like, there they are. Oh, those poor kids. Those poor kids. There's no way they slept through that.
What did they look like?
They just looked like... I don't know, like normal.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was nothing crazy about them. It's not like they came out and you were like, oh my God, they look like they're crazy people, or, they looked normal. So it just looked like, those, they don't care. They're probably also in their 30s or something.
Sure.
But then these kind of little kids came out, looked like it was maybe 6 and 4 or something crawl out, and I was like, those are pretty big kids in there, but just you don't expect it. Them coming out too was like
Well, on that note, you're listening to Stand Up Dads. This is Rob
and Mike. Yeah, there's some bad dad and bad mom story.
Their household is full of love.
Yeah, there's no secrets in our household. Well, maybe you should rethink that. Yeah. There might be some things you want to pull
Mommy
back
likes
on.
to be on top. You should not know that.
Yeah. It's like, we can't go to sleep until Mommy hits it.
Dude.
They're trained till they hear that one noise. Now we can finally fall asleep.
Dude. Till Mommy hits it.
Mommy won't let Daddy or us go to sleep.
Dude.
Come on, Dad, hurry up. You guys shut up. Oh, now I got to start over.
Oh, dude. All right. I'm ready to end this episode now. Fucking A. I'm just glad because we're going out of town next week and we're not going camping.
You would have ruined your camping.
It would have ruined my camping trip. So bad.
You're like, and you ready for your own tent?
Dude. You never know. They have tents that have separators.
Yeah.
Inside. But I mean, they can still hear everything if you Gross. Okay, we're not talking about that today. For the first time in over a year, I went and got my nose and ears waxed again.
And was it amazing?
It was.
Dang it.
Because
I need to do that. That sounds good.
I can breathe. Earbuds don't fall out of my head anymore. And the lady that was doing it, we were talking. She's like, "Oh, you got kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, just one." And I guess she had a 6 and a 5-year-old. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then out of the blue, she's like, "Yeah, I fucking hate them." Jesus. It's like, I love my kids more than anything, but I fucking hate them. And I'm like, you know what? I get that. So this week, we're going to talk about what to do when you dislike your child.
Yeah.
Because anyone that says they've never disliked their kid for a minute is full of shit, or they're not around your kid.
Oh, my mom's flat out told me a few times where she's like, "I love you, Michael. I don't like you right now."
Dude,
And it's like, it's always deserved. you know.
One of Kim's friends, her mom told her that.
Yeah, it's deserved. I know exactly what it's like.
This one wasn't. I thought it was just fucking mean.
Oh, what did they say?
I don't want to get into it. But
yeah,
rather than do that, I found some things on how to avoid all that. But the thing is, sometimes kids do things that just make them unlikable.
Yeah.
Whereas right now, what my kid is doing that drives me nuts is he likes to just run into a room and just yell.
Well, that would get me because, like you saw, you walked by and surprised me. I'm like, ah! If he did that to me, I'd be like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Stop doing that to me. I'm going to have a heart attack.
And he does this thing where, like, he'll scratch his nuts or his butt and, like, stop and, like, give it a sniff and go, ah. No, I do not. I'm like, you know what? Whatever we were going to do that was fun, we're not doing it now. Because no.
Oh, my God.
I brought him up before. Chad Daniels talks about some shit that makes his kids unlikable.
I have a 14-year-old daughter, and I just gave her a chore list not too long ago that had 3 words on it. And she goes, "Where's your chore list?" And I said, "What's that now?" And she goes, "Where's your..." She slowed it down like I really needed to hear what she was saying. And I said, "You know, everything that happens in this house, I want you to subtract the 3 things I asked you to do, and that's my chore list." Remember when you woke up in a bed, warm and not hungry? Check, check, check. I did that. My chore list also has 3 words on it. It says, "Keep her alive." And it expires in 4 years, so get your shit together.
Expires.
Thank you. That's nice of you. You guys are like, yeah, kick her out.
Kick her out.
I love Chad.
Where's your chore list?
Well, it's funny because I think part of it is just you get to the point where you just resent the fact that they just don't give a fuck about what you do for them.
Yeah. Yeah, you get frustrated. Yeah.
Okay, yesterday, Kim was out, and I had the boy, and lately we've been having a rough time just being around each other at the house.
Yeah.
Like, if we're out doing stuff, it's great.
Yeah.
Because we're busy and nothing, no worries. We have a good time. But if I'm at home, I'm usually trying to get something done, and he's bored. And then I'm just pissed all the time. So Kim tells me there's a big potato in Sacramento. I'm like, and?
A big potato.
A big potato. I'm like, and why are you telling me
Does it speak? Does it move? Yeah.
No. Apparently, it's this fucking big fake potato that's on the back of a semi-truck. And it moves around. It's like, it was in Rockland yesterday. Now it's in Sacramento. Tomorrow it'll be in the Bay Area. I'm like, fuck it. Let's go see a big potato.
Yeah, why not? Let's go see the big potato.
So we were driving down, and then, when we're in the car, we're usually okay. After he does the "Are we there yet?" like as we pull out of the driveway.
Yeah.
He knows it pisses me off, so he does it every time. Which drives me fucking nuts. But it freaked me out because...
Wait, does it get you upset every time?
I just don't answer.
Oh, then I'm on his side with it because I do that. I would do that.
You're a fucking asshole.
If it clearly does work, then I wouldn't be able to stop it either.
The times I have zero sense of humor is if I'm in my office or if I'm driving. Don't fuck with me.
And that's the best time then.
God damn it. But it was funny because as we're driving down, he kind of freaked me out with... Remember in Forrest Gump when Bubba was talking about all the different ways to do shrimp?
Yeah, yeah.
So Owen and I have been fishing a lot lately.
Yeah.
And it's good because he's really into it. And I'm like, hey, you know what? All it costs me is like $3 for a thing of worms, and we're good for a morning.
Yeah.
And he's into it. He's actually getting better and better. So I'm all for it. But he's gotten so much into it. Like he's watching a bunch of like fishing YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
And like he's picking up these little things. Like we were out the other day and he's like, oh, fish on, which I guess means there's a fish on your hook.
Oh, fish
and
on.
There's a dad that was next to me. He's like, did he just say fish on? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, ah, dude. And now he's like talking about all the different fish he wants to get because he wanted a bass. He caught some bass. Now he wants to catch catfish.
Yeah.
And then he starts giving me a list without me asking of all the fish that he wants to catch. And this is from memory. Like
That's a good list.
we can get rainbow trout, we can get brown trout, we can get lake trout, golden trout, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, striped bass, sea bass, channel catfish, blue catfish, lingcod, rock cod, salmon, bluegill, pike, gar, walleye, muskie, and he just kept going and going. Like, Jesus.
That's amazing.
And, I'm like, and it was like...
That's amazing.
He droned it on like that. It wasn't like he was even thinking. It was just...
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, first of all, like, walleye and pike
Genius.
don't live out here.
Yeah, but genius of... Yeah.
Not genius. It's psychopath.
It's totally Bubba Gump.
Dude, it was just
amazing.
scary. And he kept going, because before this, he was all into Titanic. And he would rattle off Titanic facts like that. So at least this one's a little bit more mainstream.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to say normal, but you know.
Yeah, around here he's not going to get bugged for that at school.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, he's the fishing weirdo.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to put him in camo. But fuck that. Well, talking about your kids scaring the shit out of you, here's Dan Cummins.
This is nice. I'm glad this is all adults here. No kids here, you guys. I know that sounds silly, but it's nice. Just imagine for a second how you would feel if there was a bunch of small children here. Imagine how much fun you'd be having right now. I'll tell you exactly how much, 0%. Exactly 0. I'm a single dad. I have 2 kids, and I know they're not always fun. I have a 6-year-old son, Kyler, and I have a 4-year-old daughter, Monroe, and I love them. Like, I love them equally, too. I couldn't love either one of them anymore, but what some parents won't tell you is you like one better. And I like my son better. And it's not because he's a boy or because he's older. He's just he's a better person. He just... Like, I wish that wasn't true. I wish Monroe made better choices for herself, but she's just going down a dark path right now. She's mean-spirited. She's a mean-spirited little person. Like, a nice person doesn't come up to you when you look happy and just say, I don't love you, to see if they'll make you cry. It's a borderline sociopath. And it's not like I'm mean to her. If anything, I am nicer to her in a pathetic attempt to get her to be nicer to me. But I can't even compliment her right. Like, a while back, I told her, I'm like, Monroe, you are as beautiful as a princess. That's an amazing compliment. She got mad at me. She goes, no, Daddy, I'm prettier than a princess. And I didn't say anything, but I thought, you better be, because your personality is shit. No good. If you're not drop dead gorgeous, no one will love you. Yeah.
You better.
Yeah, she's difficult. Like, she's hard to discipline. Like, Kyler's very easy to discipline. He's a sensitive kid. Like, he just gets sad if you're upset with him. Monroe just doesn't care what you think. So it's like timeouts devastate Kyler. First time I put Monroe in the corner for timeout, she literally stared at me and laughed openly.
My kid has done that. Not laughed openly, but just like, all right, what else you got?
Yeah,
It
that's
drives
the
me
worst.
nuts,
Yeah.
Just like this attitude of like, ooh, corner. What's your next move, old man? What, are you going to punch a baby? You got nothing.
You got nothing.
You got corner. I can take a shit in this corner. What can you do? Put me in another corner? You're a joke.
You're a joke.
After her first time out for the next 6 months, she would randomly put herself in timeout. She would do something horrible, sit in the corner, and just wait for me to notice her, just like a little fuck you to me. Just this attitude again of like, yeah, I know I'm here. I like it.
I'm already
Do you
here.
want to know why? It's pretty good.
I actually enjoy
Just
this.
punch
too.
Kyler in his face, hard. Pretty hard. What do you think, like 10, 15 minutes? Let me know. Because the second I get out of here, I'm going to punch him in his face again.
I'm gonna do
I'll
it
play your
again.
game. I'll be your Huckleberry.
I'll do it again.
When timeouts wouldn't work for Kyler, the next stage of punishment was you could take away like a privilege. I could take his favorite toy, put it on top of the refrigerator, and let him know he has to become a better person to get that toy back. You put Monroe's favorite toy on top of the fridge, and that toy is dead to her forever. Just like, oh, leave Puppy Dog in the fridge. I don't even want it now. You know what? Maybe Puppy Dog's sad. Maybe Puppy Dog's lonely. Oh. You should put Baby Doll next to Puppy Dog. Keep Puppy Dog company. You know what you should do? You should take a bunch of my toys outside, light them on fire, show the neighborhood how much of a man you are.
It's dead to her.
You can take all my toys. Don't you understand what's happening here? I don't give a shit. You're my only toy.
You're my only toy.
It's Seriously. And that's where this whole thing of disliking your kid comes in, because
if
he's
you
only
can't get
8,
to him, yeah.
but he knows what he's doing half the time.
Yeah.
And, like the whole thing of like the second I'm just putting it into drive. Are we there yet?
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it.
But that's him just being funny. He's
I know,
bugging you.
But the thing is,
But the
usually
other
it's
stuff
because we're an hour late already. This is not the time to fuck with me. All right.
It is though.
We're an hour
It's
late
the
because you couldn't
best.
find your goddamn right shoe.
Oh. And I'll get frustrated with stuff that's just like, where Oli is exactly like me, even now, or especially as a kid, where it's like, you have everything, we're gonna be leaving. You got everything, yeah. And then you get to the front. Where's your shoes? Oh, dang it! Hold on. Wait, where's your bag? Wait, where's your glasses? Oh, okay. Wait, you didn't do anything.
I've had it
Just
where,
like me as a kid.
like, yeah, I'll get the kid. We are all loaded up, and we're like 2 blocks from the house. I gotta pee, motherfucker! Damn it! I'm sorry. I love the shit out of him. If he needed a kidney, I would take it out with myself with a fucking wooden spoon and give it to him right away. Mm-hmm. But god damn it, there's times like that where you're like, I fucking hate you right now. So much.
Yeah.
But anyway, there are some articles. There's a couple I'm not going to go into, but they are posted on the show notes. First one is called I Love My Kids, But I Don't Like Parenting, and I Know I'm Not Alone. That's like a 10-page article, but it was very interesting, but I didn't want to bore everyone with this one. And the other one is called Thinking I Don't Like My Child and Feeling Worried, Do This. It pretty much just goes into how natural this is and what to do with it. But the one that I did find that I did like that I want to go into is called What to Do When You Dislike Your Child. It just opens up with parents don't want to admit an ugly truth that sometimes they don't like their child. And I know for a fact you love your kid more than anything in this world.
Yeah.
There's got to be a couple.
Oh, no. And that's where the things we run into now is where she'll, what I'll say no, she'll just keep going until I'll get furious, and then it's this big to do, and she'll try to do things where she'll try to control. Like we just went to Santa Cruz with another family, like friends, and she's like, one of the days we stopped mostly in the boardwalk, and then we went to the beach just so they could kind of enjoy the beach a little bit. Yeah. We didn't get set up to go, and she's like, I really want to put on my bathing suit and get wet. I'm like, well, that's not gonna happen. Like, we're just here. And then she's like trying to say it louder so the other family can hear. I'm like, we're still not gonna do it. Stop it, And she's like, well, why not? And why can't? It's like, stop asking. Will you just enjoy being down here? And it becomes, then why are you so, why are you mad about it? I don't understand. Like, that's where we'll get our biggest frights. Where I'll get frustrated, and like you said, they know. Yeah. So a lot of times she also knows that it's a weak point in my armor to bring up, like, well, I'm gonna miss you because she's gonna be gone 14
that pisses
weeks.
Me off just hearing it now.
Yeah, because
and I don't even have to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
And then there's stuff where it's like I'll want to do stuff with her. She'll be like,
that's stupid.
Well, I want to do this instead and stuff. It does become a thing of like, well, stop making me want.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's where I'll get frustrated and get angry. Where you're just like, I wanted this to be a good day. Why am I? Now I'm fucking mad because you made me say it. Or especially if it's in front of like another family or something. You're like, why do you have to make it like not just not listening to me, but also embarrassing me? And, oh no, it's like, well, don't go overboard now.
Now
just
they're
stop.
witnesses for CPS.
Well, just stop. Yeah.
Well, it says here you got to acknowledge your feelings. It's important to accept the fact that you won't always like your kids and they won't always like you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just the starting. It's that whole AA thing of admit you have a problem.
Yeah.
Because some people I know are like, oh, I love my kids, or I would never dislike my kids. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Identify the cause of your feelings. This is an interesting thing. Try to remember that it's the behavior you don't like, not the child. Anyway, if you look closely, you may realize that disliking your child is more about you than about them. It has more to do with your reaction to their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Because, ordinarily, like if I saw my kid do that shit to you about "Are we there yet?" I would be laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
manage your expectations. And this one I have a hard time with because I've got a pretty low bar already.
Yeah.
Pretty much, hey, don't yell in my face for no reason and stop, scratching your junk and sniffing it in public.
Yeah.
Pretty much it says, no matter how your child acts, promise yourself you'll try to remain calm, which is fucking impossible to do after a certain point.
Yeah.
This one, get to know your child better. And this is one of those hippie things.
And I think we both do. Like, we're around them a lot, and we do, that's one thing I felt like sometimes I'll feel like I'm not doing enough, but then when we talk with other people, like the amount of stuff you're doing with Owen, like you're going fishing and you're creating things that you guys both like to do. Like, I don't realize even the stuff of like when we get into, like, she got into that anime show or whatever, we watched them all together, My Hero Academia, and that was kind of cool because another parent's like, oh, is that a good one? I'm like, well, I had to explain, like, well, you have to make that decision for yourself. Like, have you watched, like, all the stuff we've watched together allows me to know what she can handle. So I'm like, has she watched anything? Like,
and most parents are like, that's too much work.
Yeah. Well, once I explain what's in, I'm like, it has violence and kind of blood. And they're like, oh my God, what are you watching? Like, what's the matter with you? I'm like, well, like, have you watched Marvel movies with them?
Yeah.
No. I'm like, oh, well, then never mind. Like,
Next week we're going to start in the Saw series.
yeah.
It's okay if I'm there with her, right?
Well, that's the thing. Some kids can handle that stuff, and that's definitely not
depends on the
Oli.
age, yeah.
Yeah, some kids it does seem. Yeah, I don't know, but with Oli, that kind of superhero violence stuff and whatnot. That show's been more about having to talk about the jokes that the Japanese anime puts in. That's more. There's a boy in there that's like girl crazy, so he's always excited if he bumps into like a boob or something. So we had to talk about that to be like, okay, boys are kind of pigs, and this joke is that this kid he's the comic relief of always wanting to see the girls in their tight outfits, and she's like, ew. Like,
he's Larry from Three's Company, or
he's
her
totally
like from WKRP.
Yeah,
he's just the slime ball.
Yeah,
or
and
the giggity guy.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the first show she's ever watched that had to deal with like pause it and talk about like this is what they're doing. That's why it's like that. She's like, ew.
I guess that's not even innuendo.
It's just it's not. And what's kind of cool is I was a little worried because it is an anime, but it's still pretty tame stuff.
Sure.
It's like there's one where one of the kids is like waking up and this girl's like trying to help him, and the first thing he sees is her boobs, and he's like, oh, and he can't talk, and she's like, what? She's like, why would that be? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, no, that's the thing. Try to explain it to your daughter. Like, manner. This is a joke about the fact that he can't handle being around a girl. Oh.
Well, like back to the superhero thing. Like, I'm assuming you would not let her watch The Boys.
No,
because that's a way different type of violence.
No, that's and that's an adult violence.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like Invincible. That video, the cartoon one is also way. Yeah, this is more like Marvel.
Yeah,
where there's violence and
but it's not graphic to the point where like
it's not a super adult theme.
Sure,
like this is like people getting beat up or
like Deadpool violence is. I don't really get off on violence, but Deadpool made it fun.
They're funny. Yeah,
it's like, oh, what a way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
With Deadpool, the main thing I remembered is more like the jokes being too adult probably for her.
Oh yeah, no, she's got no
but
business watching.
At some point when she's a teenager, she probably can watch it because they do make it funny.
Yeah.
Like I saw a trailer. What was it even for? It wasn't for the new Deadpool. Oh no, he dressed as Deadpool to promote his new show, or his new movie, which is like Good Guy or something, some TV. But it's hilarious if you look it up because he ends up there. It's like a show supposed to be him doing like his own little YouTube show on reviewing movies, and like he's like last week when I reviewed Cruella. And it's like he's sitting there and he's like, where the fuck are the dogs? But then he showed another one where they made it like he's like shit on by Disney or something. Because he's like, everyone else is busy with their own goddamn Disney Plus shows, and so all he got was Korg, which is that rock guy that has the voice of that hilarious director, the guy who directed Ragnarok, and he's the writer director of What We Do in the Shadows. And he did the voice of the IG-88 or the IG unit. So that's hilarious because that when he does that character's so dumb that he's like, God damn it. Like everything that guy says, he's like, God damn it. Like,
I want to tell you Buck in the Jar, but I can't.
Oh, for that, yeah.
Just for being a nerd. Well, getting back so we can get through this. Back to the get to know your kid better. Make time to do something fun. So the funny thing is you brought up all things that we do that we both enjoy with them.
Yeah.
And that's the best time because it puts them, they're not on guard. When I take him fishing, we talk like we don't talk at home. When I take him on a bike ride. Yeah. It's just a lot more pleasant. There's no stress. I mean, there is stress because sometimes he's an asshole when he fishes, but then that's easy because, okay, I guess we're done, which sucks. I hate doing that, but it's just the only way that you can get them.
And we both try to roll, I think, with what they're into. Like yesterday, her mom was coming to pick her up, but she really wanted to make something out of clay, and we were out of the clay. And I don't know, I was just like, okay, if we run real quick, we can go get it. It's going to eat some of your time up. And she made the decision. I didn't really want to go, but we ran, got it, came back, and she made like 2 or 3 cool little things. She made like a character from the show we're watching, and I just afterwards I was like, thank God I did that, because I didn't sit and make stuff with her because I suck at that, but it really, like, she was so happy and so proud that she made it, and I was just like, wow, okay, so it wasn't just us watching the show. She actually made stuff while we're doing it. Cool. But my first reaction in my head, like an old man, was like, I don't want to go to Walmart just to get that. Yeah. And I'm like, all right. And we were there and back in like 10 minutes. And when she wants something, it was that fast. If we're there to shop, her anger of being there makes it, Oh, I did end up, this was a bad thing, man. Normally, I never walk away from her. But she was on her phone. Yeah. And this is another thing where I need to get her to help me more, because then she'd be more present. But I was just grabbing stuff, and I had to get a red onion. Yeah. And I was like, I lost track I was just so like trying to grab stuff that I walked around to get it where she couldn't see me. And I guess she was yelling Dad and couldn't find me. And when I came back, she was crying. And I was like, oh my God, I walked away from her. Like, I was in my own mind of hurry, grab this stuff. And she was looking at her phone. That,
you know what I would have said is quit looking at your goddamn phone when we're out.
Well, that would have been blaming her, though, when really I should have kept her.
Hey, no, it's a two-way street. You are not. No, it's a two-way street. You're full of shit there. She needs to keep track of you, too.
And she's bigger now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one thing, if they're 4 or 5, you got to keep an eye on them like a fucking hawk. Yeah. She's 10. Almost 11. She knows better. She's got her own goddamn phone now. Yeah. No, it's on her too.
Yeah. I'm like, why? Yeah, she could help me. So I got to do more of that.
I walked out of Walmart today before coming here to get the beverages. Yeah, yeah. And there's a table there and it says "Stop Violence in School" or something like that. Yeah. And like, hey, can we make life better for the kids? I was like, I looked at the table and I'm like, no, I think we need more violence. I just walked off.
We need more violence.
I don't know why I needed to be a dick to this guy, but I just assumed he was like one of those Trump assholes that was always out there before.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why do you need to raise money to stop violence in school? I don't understand what. Yeah. So I just walked off.
What exactly are you going to do? Is this more like the people who believe in more prisons, that we need more, maybe metal detectors?
Or it's just a scam and they're just taking, anyway. So I owe an apology to that guy because that was a dick thing to say, especially as a dad. Let's see. Stay positive. Don't scowl. So I am fucked. Remember that the look on your face and tone of your voice communicates more than words do. So again, I'm fucked. Yeah. Focus on what's right and begin building on what's good. Remember your kid needs a coach, not a critic.
Oh, she told me that too the other day. We were playing Payday, and that's been a hard thing to do because it's like we got to work on her math, but she doesn't want me to correct her. So it's like,
Bullshit.
so how do I correct you without making you upset? You know, like, I have to show you how you got it wrong,
Yeah.
right? Like, but
It's like the whole
it's
no
more
red
the
ink
tone
on
thing, you know.
correcting papers, which is bullshit.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
like you don't want to be an asshole and go into the
Well, there's ways to do it.
yeah. I'll make it into a song. You did it wrong. I will show you how.
Okay, this one I'm calling BS on.
Yeah.
Commit to not criticizing. Either that or I'm just that much of an asshole that I cannot not do that. Although they do say that notice when your child does something well, point out your child's strengths and describe what you see.
Yeah.
Yesterday, after we went to see the big ass potato,
Yeah.
we were driving back and it was close to a pond that we fished before, but it
Yeah.
was like super low. And I was like, hey, do you want to go check out the pond to see how the water's looking? Because
Yeah.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to waste a morning going, oh, it's too low. Let's go find somewhere else. He's like, yeah, let's go. And then we went and it was super crowded at the little pier that they have.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of little kids with their dads and stuff, and it was super low, so I was bummed. But I'm glad I didn't waste a morning. But there were these two kids who were about his age that were fishing, and they were fucking assholes.
Wow.
And they were doing everything wrong. Like they would take like a guy got a fish and just left it on the hook. He's like, I don't want to take it off yet. It's like, you're a fucking monster. Take it off. He was like throwing like bits of bread in there. And I'm like,
The dad or the
no,
kid?
the kids.
The kid.
And the dad's just on his phone ignoring everything. So, and the way they were handling their rods and stuff, just bad. And as we were getting into the car, I was like, you know what, buddy? You are a way better fisherman than those two guys, because they were doing it all wrong. They were super loud. You know, they weren't listening to anything. So, and I just let him know that. And he was like, thank you. He like looked shocked. And I was shocked that I was saying it, but I was glad I did.
He was really good when we went. He was excited to show Oli, and I think Oli was trying to enjoy herself and also not show how grossed out she was with the fish.
Well, he keeps asking. He's like, did she have fun? Like she says she
We'll
did.
do it again.
Yeah.
I think if we keep going, she'll enjoy it more. You know, I thought maybe it would work. Like, Owen's not afraid of the fish. That does not work.
She doesn't give a shit.
That does not work.
She's not going to get peer pressured.
Her whole thing is like, I don't care. And I'm proud that she does that. There's so many times where she's like, I'll tell her something and she'll be like, well, Dad, I'm glad it doesn't bother you, but it bothers me. And I'm like, God damn, that's a good one.
You're going to grow up to be a little feminist, aren't you?
I'm glad that this doesn't bother you, but you need to keep your own opinions to yourself.
I hope she remains a badass for all of her life.
I hope so, too.
If you could do this not criticizing thing, it'll help both of you gain appreciation for one another. And finally, when it's a personality clash, you know, because like my dad and I, we just had butted heads all the time because we just didn't look at things, you know, black and white. Just, you could not be more different. And in the same way, we couldn't be more the same.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that your child is not your friend. So that's kind of
a tough one. Yeah, my mom says that to me all the time. Yeah.
Not for me. Yeah, if your bestie is a 10-year-old, you got fucking serious problems.
I enjoy hanging with her, but yeah, it will be when she's older. She's gonna be like, yeah, but I like comics and cartoons anymore. It just so happens it shows where my arrested development stopped. She told me that was a good one the other day. She's like, you peaked at 6.
Jesus.
I was like, I don't know where you pulled that from, but that's a good one because it's true, but it's probably more like, I think my mom said that's like more like 8 or 10.
It's so bad. I would say more towards like 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah,
and if this is all new and you're trying to repair things with your kid, taking the effort and showing them that you want things to be better. One of their quotes is, I know we haven't always gotten along in the past because I've been too hard on you. I apologize, and I am working on it.
That's good.
So it just kind of leaves the possibility that, hey, things could get better. There's another article which I won't go into, but it's a good one, on the days when you don't want to be the parent anymore.
Yeah.
There's some good notes in there. Finally, I got a clip from Kevin James talking about unconditional love, and sometimes it isn't. Here goes.
I want to be around a long time. I can't do my kid. I got 4 kids now, by the way. 4 little ones. Yeah. You have parents of young ones? You got any parents of young ones? Yeah. Couple there. Yeah. It's all. Kids are great, man. It's the greatest gift on the planet. Children. There's no better gift. When we had our first daughter, I freaked out. I told my wife, I was like, there's nobody on this earth I will ever love as much as this little girl ever, ever again. And I'm just going to pour all my love into this child. And my wife felt the same way. And then she got pregnant again. We were like worried. We were like, wait a second. We just said we love this one so much. How do we split up our love and just, and we got, honestly, we were nervous about it. And our friends were like, relax. Everybody goes through it and it's unconditional love. And you just love all your kids equally. And I got to say, they were wrong.
They were wrong.
I don't care for the second one. I just got to... She's just a little needy. Every day it's the same thing. I'm hungry. Oh, really? Oh, there's some news. Oh, we're all hungry. Get in line. She's my angel, that one. She's the one. She stops in the middle of the day. This is one. She comes into my office, middle of the afternoon. We'll just stop and go, Daddy, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, yeah, what's up? She goes, I just want you to know I love you. Yeah, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I love you. And she's like, no, I love you so much. I'm like, I love you so much. And she's like, no. I love you more than brownies. I was like,
He's like, I can't.
Thank you. I love you more than gluten-free brownies. What do you say? I don't know what to say.
Gluten-free brownies.
The new one, our little new one, she's not a daddy's girl right now. I wish she was. The other day she was crying, standing in the hallway, and late at night, and we woke up, and I told my wife, I go, let me go deal with her, because give me a chance to bond with her. So I walk out in the hallway, and I'm like, what's the matter, sweetheart? Is everything all right? And she just stops me. She goes, I want my mommy. I don't want you.
I'm going to clearly tell you.
Go downstairs.
Go downstairs.
The first thing she said threw me the most. She said, I want my mommy. She didn't say, I want mommy, like we both know who mommy is. She said, I want my mommy, like I don't even know who the hell you are.
I don't even know who you are.
Then in case I'm confused, she makes it very clear, I don't want you. And not only do I not want you, I didn't want you on the same floor as me. You need to be a floor below me. Chubby. I think she said chubby. I'm not sure. Okay. It was late at night. It was under her breath, but I think I heard like, hey, out of my face, fatty, or something like that. I don't know.
Not looking forward to those times. Well, if you have to buy yourself some time when your kid tells you they love you more than something else that you don't love them more than, check out our sponsor, Seattle Gummy Company. They make high-energy mocha shots. You get all the caffeine in a cup of coffee 5 times faster and half the price of what you would spend for a cup of coffee at one of those chain coffee shops.
Or do the CBD one. So you can be like...
I don't know if they can buy those online out of state.
Oh, is that...
Because I was looking at that the other day and I couldn't find them.
Oh.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe it's ones you have to get it at like a distribution, like an actual like dispensary or something. I don't know. But it's a CBD though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
States are weird about anything.
That's true.
Hemp rope, I'm sure, is regulated like crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I would think it should only be the ones that actually have the
THC.
Yeah, the effect.
I know. No matter what, they've got something for you. They've got the health ones. They've got vitamins. They've got the caffeinated ones. They've got whatever. They've got it. We love it. We've been enjoying these for over a year. Right now, I'm kind of in love with their Red Hot Chili Pepper flavor ones.
I'd love to see their place where they manufacture everything and stuff.
I'm sure we could arrange it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Get up there in Seattle at the same time. But
yeah.
Click the link in the show notes. Enter the code StandUpDads15. Get 15% off your order. Do it, damn it.
Yes.
Seattle Gummy Company. Stand Up Dad tested and approved. Get shit done.
They're delicious, too.
Yep. And also, you can get merch. Get our ugly faces on your stuff. Go to tpublic.com. And we have a partnership with Gag on this podcast where you can get all of our stuff on there. Get our ugly faces on a mug, a t-shirt, some stickers, a notebook, whatever you want. Okay, and that brings us to...
Here's a story about a bad daddy.
Okay, this one happened just after Father's Day. Mom shames ex using baby's onesie, and the internet thinks she took it too far. So on Father's Day, an anonymous mom took the opportunity to snarkily call her child's dad out for leaving her for a 16-year-old.
Oh, my God.
In a photo posted on Facebook and later shared to Reddit, their little one is posing in a onesie that reads, "Happy Father's Day to my dad who left me for a 16-year-old.
What?
Was this you, Mike?
No.
Oh, okay.
It is not me. It would not be me.
Captioning the pic, the revenge-seeking mother wrote, "Just a quick message to my children's dad. Happy Father's Day. Hope you have an amazing day." So, a little snarky. So, this one's bad.
Just
dad.
how old are these people? Like, that's the one thing I'd
don't
want to
know.
know. Like, is it the dad is
Like 19,
18?
20,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It makes a difference.
I know.
You know, like, not that it's still cool, but, like, you know, if it turned out it was, like, they were kids and had the baby and he's, like, 18 or something, then...
Well, she did
I
say
don't
to
know.
my children's dad, so that means there might be more than one kid. So
yeah.
I'm guessing older. Who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, bad dad for
Yeah.
bailing on your family in the first place, but doing
Yeah.
it for. And again, we don't know if that's true. She could
Yeah,
just be
yeah.
exaggerating.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like I say, you go out with teeny boppers. Obviously, they're not
Yeah.
normally teeny boppers,
They are not teeny boppers.
but but also shame on the mom because you know what, you're just bringing, you're airing your laundry and it's just silly.
Yeah.
Social media was not kind. Some people, like someone wrote, "Good luck to the kid. Sounds like mom and dad are both pieces of work." Others called it sad and humiliating, expressing concern for the baby.
Oh, come on. The baby don't know. Yeah, yeah.
No. That's not that. It's just they're thinking if the both
If both parents are being that, yeah.
petty,
yeah.
then they're probably not thinking of their kid
Yeah.
first thing. That's
Yeah.
all. The thing is, apparently they're in the middle of a custody battle. Why would you do shit like this
Yeah.
in the middle of a custody battle?
Yeah.
Custody battle?
Yeah.
And then my other question is, does the dad have a second custody battle on his hands to get the 16-year-old?
He's trying to become the legal ward.
Ew. Email us. Tell us what you think. thestandupdads@gmail.com. Subscribe, rate us, review us. It's how the show grows. If you want to hire someone to design a onesie for a dude who left his family for an underage girl, who would they reach out to?
You can write to me at pencilforhire.com or pencilforhire on Instagram. Pencil FOR hire. I do that because Nick's always like, spell it out.
Fucking A. Yeah, he totally set that one up. Okay, Mike has an autobiographical comic collection called Clumsy Love. He's got like 600 clips over 5 years of his life, both before and after his kids. They were hilarious when they were coming out, and they're still hilarious now. If you don't like it, your next podcast is free. Like I said, Seattle Gummy Company. Click the link in the show notes and enter the code StandUpDads15. Get 15% off your order. And get our face on your stuff at tpublic.com. Actually, click the link in the show notes so you don't go searching for gag on this and seeing things you don't really want to see.
Yeah, don't do that.
And then finally, speaking of gag on this, get my side project, the Gag on This podcast. That's run by Big Nick. We interview comics from all over the place and have a great time. We just interviewed a comic named Cheese,
Whoa.
who was very proud of his mullet.
Oh.
And I give him some grief on that. We had a fun time doing that. It started off kind of slow, but it ended really strong. So
Cool.
I highly recommend it. And, allow yourself to admit that you don't like your kid 100% of the time. And we got to talk to you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thing I want to say is thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.